So I've been having a problem of disease on the farm and egg eating. Those are two major issues I've been having. And I tried cages. Last week I installed some cages. So let's see what happened actually to those. Let's see the results. Was it terrible, or did it actually solve the problem? Meanwhile, you can see in the background the chicken house is almost complete. You can see this looks like a ramp or a stairs. It was actually a ramp. The guys are supposed to complete it today, but it has been a bit rainy in the morning. It's muddy, you can see that. And then this is what our tower is, a water tank tower. It's supposed to hold the water tank right above there. We constructed from wood because, well, it is the cheapest available material. And the guys who insisted on doing the welder, the guys doing welding, was requesting about 20,000 just for these relatively, it's not very that tall structure, about 4.5 meters tall. So the guy was requesting 20K for that. And I don't have that kind of money for such a structure. Look at that. They did some these are 2,000 capacity broilers house. It's almost complete. So the guys did some nice job yesterday. I don't want to walk in because it's look at this floor. Yeah, it is saddened a bit, but it's not that hard. It's still wet. Yeah, when you add some pressure on it, it's still wet. So let's look at the cages. Let's look at the cages, guys. Let's put on the boots just for the security purposes, and then let's take a look at this. So these are the results. These are my work for the last 1 week. I did this myself because it's a relatively sensitive area. You don't want to bring a foreign guy into this place. So these are the results, guys. These are the results, and I'm not that impressed with them because some chickens are still on the floor. As you can see, I left some weak ones there. Look at this one. It's it's terrible. You can see the back. The feathers are almost all of them coming up because it's literally being beaten by the rest of the chickens. Like this one, you can see the feathers. Some of the feathers are missing. Because it's being bullied by the other chickens, so that's why I didn't put them in the cages, guys. So these are the cages. They're a bit crowded. This is day 2. I put them in yesterday at night, so they were not that comfortable. They are a bit crowded like that. The reason for crowding is because of they're not actually used to walking or being on that particular area, in that stepping on those wires, guys. So they're used to this floor, which is much comfortable compared to those cold wires. So look at that. We have some eggs there. It's not terrible. It's not that terrible, but I'm not impressed with it. The moment I put the chickens into the cages yesterday, I realized that wow, I don't have that much space. The space is so little for actually to do. These are about 290 or 280 chickens. So that means you need about maybe 140 on this side and then 140 on this side if you do half. And then I think we have some small space left here. Maybe you can take about 40. Small space right in the corner right there. You can take about 40. So we have that. I think they're laying, yeah. So if they're laying, it means they're comfortable with the the environment. Actually, some of them. But I don't know. I'll give them like maybe 3 days to actually get used to the environment, adapt to the environment, and hopefully by the end of the 3 or 4 days they should be comfortable enough to actually start laying, because the moment you change the environment for a bird like this, it stops laying. Now I have a problem with the water issue because I didn't think about it way earlier, so I'm still using my this chicken is so loud. I'm still using those jerry cans You just flip over to that, and it's difficult. I think they're drinking. It's difficult to actually place them. I didn't really think about that when I'm constructing this. So I was a bit in a hurry to actually get them off the floor because they were eating a lot of eggs. So the moment an egg breaks, you see the chickens rushing to that area. Just take a look at that if there is any. Do you have any in this corner? Let's see. I think some are laying there. It's a bit dark. Yeah. Let me just turn this on. Like that. So I think some are laying right there. Those are the ones that came out. I haven't figured out where they're actually coming out. I think it should be right here. It should be right here with plenty of space there where they may actually, pushing themselves outside from that particular space right there. So what I did was these are actually the normal mesh wire that you use, and then these are small chicken mesh wire. These for construction purposes, and then this is actually to hold their weight. Now the one which is holding the eggs is actually these small chicken wire. Now hopefully if they get used to it, the environment, I'll keep it. But so far I'm not impressed actually with these results. Even though I put in like a week full of work, guys, I'm not impressed. I thought they will actually fit in this area particularly well, but one of the solutions maybe it will be to add an extra space here, rather an extra cage here in this particular area. I think there's a corner there. I don't want to put chickens in a corner like that. It's difficult to access the eggs and actually give them water. So maybe this space right here, it should be enough to maybe take in like 40 at most, 40 chickens. So the problem is this: you see the chickens, they're squeezing, like that, and I don't like that. Now, if the place wasn't really, the cage wasn't really open like it is right now, I think that one should have died, because what happens is that they actually step on it like that, and it ends up suffocating. So it's trying to get that water. So I'm having a problem. I didn't actually think about the water issue, guys. So this is what I have to deal with right now. When you're doing cages, guys, when you're constructing your own cages, you want to save some money and you are using this method. I see a lot of people use these cages. They actually construct a mesh wire like this. They hold them with some timber there, and then you have your cages. But you use this basically if you want to save some money. But if you don't figure out the water issue, you'll have a problem, which is the one I'm experiencing right now. Because look at that squeeze. And I've placed an order for those automatic drinkers, the cups, the chicken automatic drinking cups, but they will be it will take like 5 days for them to get here. So that's the problem. So I'll just have to deal with that problem right there. I'm still doing the feeders thing, the wooden feeders, but I think there's a pipe which I'm supposed to use to actually construct these like these ones. This one is better. Yeah, this one is perfect. You see, it's holding food perfectly well, like that, and the chickens are eating. I think you can see the feeds we mix here. This is actually good. Now, if the chickens are finishing the feeds completely, if they eat the feeds completely, it means it's a good feed. It's better, like this one right here. So you can see that. Now, if you think about it, if you want to save some money, I'm actually focusing what I was talking about. If you want to save some money in these, when you are doing cages, you want to switch maybe from a depleter system to actually battery cages, and you want to use this, you want to construct your own cages like these ones, maybe you'll have to consider the water as a priority. You think about the water first. That should be your priority, water. How do you get water into those cages? How do you get them drinking the water? This is the first thing you have to think about. But if you don't want to end up like these situations that I'm in right now, so that they are eating, it means they are comfortable with the environment they are in. And let's give them those are 2-3 days to see if something goes wrong, guys. I'm pulling these off, and I love to get rid of that those cages. So because it's not that, it's not that permanent. I'll just have to remove the cages if it doesn't really go well as I had anticipated earlier. So that's it, guys. Check out these more of these videos in the in the channel Kalisi Farm. That's on YouTube. You can see more of these farming videos, particularly dealing with layer chickens. There's great knowledge there, great experience there. You can view, can share those videos. You can watch as many times as possible, share, and get that information so that maybe you avoid some of these mistakes in future if you're thinking about starting this particular kind of project. So, wow, look at this. Look at this. Let me just show you this particular area, like right here. I don't know. I thought it was open, but I think that's one of the area the chickens are getting out from. Now I did purchase these are these are a bit cheap, wire mesh. The mesh here is a bit cheap, that's why it's coming off like that. It's not that strong. I mean, it isn't much of a strong wire mesh because I wasn't expecting the chickens to be that heavy, because the chickens weigh between 1.7 to 2.2 kilos. That is the maximum weight you can find for these chickens. At most it's 2.5 if it's that fat. It goes to 2.5. That's at most. So that's why I bought, because of the option of getting that really strong mesh. But the ones that I have here is the cheapest one. It's not that strong. Now, well, it's strong enough to hold the chickens, but it's not really strong enough to hold something that's heavier than the chickens, because you can see some of the parts are actually sinking. Some of these are sections. When the chickens crowd together like that particular place, you will find them the area that is actually sort of sinking. Let me just show you that. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, it's not that clear, but it looks like it's sinking because of the weight of the chickens. If they crowd in one particular place, like this one right here, when they're eating. So if you can afford to get the stronger one, better. It's way better, because the ones that are made in the factory, maybe the imported ones, they are very strong. They're very strong cages, and I thought I'll make something close to that, because I didn't think that 280 or 290 chickens were that much when it comes to cages. So I thought I'll just squeeze them in and then they'll be comfortable. But well, that's not exactly what happened. So that's it, guys. Subscribe to this channel. I'm back. It's been a while. Posting videos about farming, it takes some quite research to do, and there isn't much to posting about, because this is not a channel or a podcast where you do those daily events. This is about farming, so you need something substantive to actually tell your viewers. You need something useful to actually tell your viewers, so that they learn something from it. This is not a news channel, where you can talk about stuff that's happening every day. That's the disadvantage with this one. You need to have something useful, something concrete to actually inform your viewers, so that they actually learn something from it. So that's it, guys. Keep subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.